And we're back. So let's cap off what happened in the East. Let's take a look. It was similar to what happened in the West. Not quite as egregious.
Might have all been.
Nearly a sweep.
Gentleman's sweep.
Well, we thought it would go completely different. Game 1,
Yeah.
Montreal was on fire, and Canes weren't ready for him. You know, we talked about how Anderson had like a 770 save percentage in that
really
game
low.
1. Tons of turnovers, fairly sloppy. So we thought, well, this might be a 6 or 7 game series. It didn't turn out that way. I really thought that, and looking at it, 2 of the games went to overtime.
Yeah. Yeah.
Game 2 and 3 went to overtime, so it could have gone a lot different.
If the Canadians could have just swung one of those games the other way, they would have been up 2-1 going. That would have been game 4 in Montreal. They have played horrible in Montreal, unfortunately.
Yeah,
That isn't good.
all playoffs. I mean, they won both game 7s
On
away.
the road.
Yeah, so
Yeah, and this is actually kind of a carbon copy to, don't remember the exact year, but I want to say it was in the early 2000s. The Canadians won round 1, round 2 on the road in game 7 and then got swept by, I think it was the Flyers in round 3.
if you're Montreal, you got nothing to be ashamed about at all.
No.
And they've got a ton of skill. If they could clean it up and
defensively.
if they could take a little piece of Carolina's defensive mindedness and implement that, and they'll learn a ton from this series as well.
When this offseason we can go into like some of the free agents that are coming up and see who's coming from where, and then you piece 1 or 2 good defensive forwards, even defensemen for the Canadians. They have good goalie. They have good goaltending. They have good
goalie. They got goalie going on.
They got goalie going on.
Like they got game. They got goalie.
They got goalie.
They got goalie.
They do a little bit.
They got a little bit of goalie.
That's the rest of the podcast.
That's it. We're done. No, Dobish is. That's a real bright spot.
Mm-hmm.
And if I'm a Montreal fan, I'm thinking this is going to be a very competitive team for years to come.
Yeah,
you've got Carolina, which they've I guess taken a long time to culminate to this,
really has.
to where they're getting to the Stanley Cup actually. And so, what did Tortorella say? He said, for 3 rounds we're in the playoffs, and then in 1 round we're playing for the Stanley Cup. So he kind of views them separately. Like, we're not playing for the Stanley Cup till we're in the finals. And so it's a training ground. The playoffs are a training ground, and it proved to be a harsh one for Montreal. 2 series went to 7.
Yeah.
And then I think they just ran out of steam.
Yeah,
And that's
2 game 7s against a team that had 11 days off.
Yeah.
And
the Canes only they're like supercomputers out there. They just adapt every game, and they just close in
really
on
do.
you. So if you don't get a game or 2, they had the first game. They really needed the second game or the game 3, like you said, to really make it competitive. But the longer it goes, the last 2 games, they got 1 goal. Caulfield just a FU to Carolina and sent them packing.
when did he score that goal? Was it in the 3rd?
It was in the 3rd.
It was like towards.
It was like, fuck you, bitch. I'm not letting you shut us out 2 games in a row.
It was. You're right. It was kind of one of those just send offs.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm done with this.
Yeah. Because you don't want them to get the. You want to play spoiler.
Yeah.
You don't want them to get the shot.
It was kind of like the Avs with Landeskog's goal at the end of the 3rd period. In that game, it was kind of one of the same situations. Like, I'm done.
Done with this shit.
We're done.
Yeah.
That's kind of funny. I don't want to take anything away from California, jeez, Carolina with my comment on the Habs playing 7 and they get the rest. They earned that. They earned every bit of this. They are the dominant team
They're the real deal.
Yeah, I mean, 33 shots per game to Montreal's 17.8. Oh, just lost power. Sorry about that.
Little technical difficulty.
Where were we?
17 shots on net to 33 shots on net on average for the whole series.
That was rough. Looking at the shots, Montreal, to their character throughout the playoffs, very interesting style, very bold of them to be outshot at the clip that they were. I have the numbers here. 22 shots in game 1, 13 in the first, 3 in the second, 6 in the third. Game 2, 12 shots on goal. 2 in the first, 3 in the second, 7 in the third. My favorite is game 4 with 18 shots, 5 shots in the first, 10 shots in the second, 3 shots in the third. Reminder, this is the game that they were shut out. Outshot 20-3 in the third period.
And you do wonder, that's definitely a problem, right?
Mm-hmm.
They got away with it in the previous series. This one they didn't.
Yeah.
But you almost wonder too if they could just split in half the amount of neutral zone turnovers they got.
Yeah.
It might be a little different.
What was it?
Because if half of those they just keep the puck and don't send it the other way, they have.
I think it was game 2 in overtime. I don't have the overtime shots here. I wonder if that's just because they had 0 in both overtimes. I don't know that. I just thought about that. I don't have the overtime shots listed. Wouldn't surprise me, in all honesty. But I think it was game 2 in overtime. They were trying to break out of the defensive zone, so they were in the neutral zone, and there was like this pass back. I don't know exactly who did it. I didn't do enough research on this. I apologize. But they got to the blue line where they were about to enter the offensive zone, and they passed the puck back. Don't really know why. It was like they were trying to slingshot somebody, but there was a Carolina player that just took it.
Yeah.
It was right there. Passed it right to him. And it's just not how you want to play. Not in this situation. But that being said, they were the youngest team in the playoffs. It's like a broken record at this point. They're going to learn from these mistakes.
Carolina just outbearded them a little bit.
You've been waiting all series to bring that one out. That's funny.
They were the better bearded team. You know what I mean? And I can respect that. It paid dividends. You know what I mean? But do you think that this gives the Canes a little bit more respect? Because going into this, it was like, oh, you beat the Sens.
I was saying it the whole time.
Oh, you beat Philly. Okay.
Yeah.
But who have you really faced? And then they faced Montreal. And it's like, put some respect on my name. You know what I mean?